Hello, Cancer. This is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts with your love reading, focused on the first half of February from the 1st through the 15th. General advice as always, so please keep that in mind throughout this reading and take from it what makes sense for you personally and release the rest. So let's begin. Let's take a look and see what's coming up for you in part 1 of your reading, Cancer, using the Pining Rose Love Oracle. This is by Calico Moon. If this resonates with you and if you're interested in watching the extended version, that will be available on my Patreon page. That link will be listed down below in the description box. All right, guys, so let's take a look and see what the energy is like for the first half of the month. We do have Move On, and it's interesting that the Reunion card is right next to it. So it's one of those situations where it depends on how it's playing out in your life, Cancer. Either you have decided to move on with your life and possibly in another relationship at this point, but there's someone from your past who wants to return and have this reunion with you. If that's reversed for your situation, then of course you can interpret it in that way. Let's grab a couple more messages here. Secret admirer. Okay, so that of course could be a literal meaning where there's somebody who's interested in you and you might not know who this person is, or it's the person that is at a distance from you and they might still be secretly pining for you, admiring you still. They're totally into you, wanting this reunion, but it's a secret because they're more than likely not expressing themselves to you, especially if you don't want to talk to them, if you don't want to interact with them, if you've already moved on to another relationship, for example. But there is the possibility to start again for a new beginning, and they are clearly thinking about you. They have you on their mind, okay? So let's go ahead and clarify with some tarot. I'll go ahead and pull from my Illuminated Star Tarot. This is volume 1 of this deck. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Cancer for the first half of February. What do we need to know here? Somebody wants a new beginning. They want to come back together with you. They're still thinking about you. This is interesting. So somebody's feeling alone. Somebody's feeling like they were left out in the cold. Is that you or is it the other person? If you're the one that moved on, Cancer, this is an indication that they're definitely heavily thinking about you. We see that here. And they're feeling isolated from you. For example, if you might have block them on social media. Okay, that's one example. They're feeling isolated. They can't find a way to reach out to you, or they're unable to. Let's see what else here. And if they have seen you, for example, on social media, or if they've heard that you've already moved on to somebody else, that's contributing to that energy for them, that they feel so alone without you, and all they've got left perhaps are the memories. They're just thinking about you. Two of Swords. It is not moving right now. You guys are stuck. This is what I'm getting, Cancer. One of you guys wants to get back together and the other person does not. And that's why you guys might be, even energetically, you guys are just butting heads in that way. You know, one person wanting one thing, the other one wants a totally different thing. So it's stuck. We've got the Six of Cups. We've got the Lover's card. Some of you could be dealing with a Gemini specifically. Cups, of course, representing your own water energy, Cancer. So for some of you, you could have connected when you were both really young. Maybe you met in school. Maybe you guys are still really young, you know, because this can represent childhood sweethearts. It can represent young love. For those of you who are obviously more mature and older, this can simply tell us that there's a lot of history here, something to do with the past, and maybe there's just this very fun, youthful energy and vibe between the two of you. Doesn't matter your age, doesn't matter how old you are, but there is this sense of nostalgia, focusing on the past, focusing on those amazing memories that you guys have shared together and wanting a reunion. You see how we've got two cards here with the reference to reunions. It's right there and right here. And so the Lover's card represents a decision, a choice. And maybe that choice falls on you, Cancer. Do you want this new beginning with this person? Or would you prefer to just make a decision to have a new beginning and move on, to, as we see there, move on and see where life will take you, where your relationships can take you in the future, welcoming in possibly a new love. Maybe you've already connected with somebody else at this point and you're in love and you're happy and you found your life partner perhaps. But what I can tell you here is you might have an ex or someone from your past that still cares for you. They still love you. They still obviously admire you. And they're acknowledging here that things are not moving. It's stuck. They're thinking about you heavily. They really are. You've got the Justice card. Some of you could also be dealing with a Libra here. Some of you guys could have also been married or just in a committed partnership. This could also represent divorce. It can represent legal separations, but it could also represent marriage for some of you, It doesn't have to be a negative. So if you've already had a new beginning, if you've already moved on to somebody else and maybe you see that person as a lifelong partner, somebody that you have fallen in love with and you're just ready to move on from the past, maybe this is you working very hard to be able to restore balance in your life, facing your truth, living your truth. We've got the Seven of Wands as well. So I'm just kind of feeling here, because this can be competition in romance and love rivals, that there were definitely some challenges that you had endured in your relationships, Cancer. This can also be, it could be the secret admirer. This could be somebody totally new that's coming in. But I'm also feeling that it's someone from your past who still wants to return. And it would be competition in the sense that if you're already with somebody else, then this would definitely complicate things tremendously. We've got the Ten of Wands. So this is about heavy burdens that we sometimes carry with us. That heavy feeling, and it's very challenging at times. But there's also this need perhaps to take responsibility for one's actions. So if, for example, this person that you want to move on from, if they ended up hurting you, this could be you just detaching and going in a different direction. Maybe they didn't take responsibility for their actions, and that could also have contributed to why you might have blocked them or why you left them out in the cold. Here we are with the Fool's energy. This is about new beginnings once again. So it seems to me, Cancer, that whatever you decide, you're being offered a fresh start. This could also pertain to the person that wants to return, taking that leap of faith and wanting to manifest a new beginning with you. That doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be successful, especially if you have already moved on to somebody else. So it can be a little bit complicated here, but if you are interested in this person still and want to have that reunion, then it does seem that this is something that can manifest as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue to explore this connection in part 2 if that's something that you are interested in, or if you're interested in your own personal private reading, that information is down below also in the description box. All right, Cancer, thank you so very much for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next reading. Take care.